friends, welcome to today's video. It is 2:30 Saturday and the video that I had wanted to put up today is not going to happen. I'm drinking from my white Christmas mug. My sister sent this to me. So anyway, I do not just want to put content up on my channel just to put content up. I like to yes, I don't like just to put content up for the sake of putting up content, and everything that I want to put up on this channel does need some preparation and planning. I thought it would be a good idea to hide in the boys' room since they were all playing outside, but apparently that is an invitation for everybody to come into the boys' room. Anyway, I have several videos that I'm working on putting up on the channel, and the one that I really wanted to put up today was this marks a 1-year anniversary of being here in Indiana, and I had really wanted the video to go up about all the things that kind of like a comparison between Southern Desert California and Indiana, and some of the things that I've learned in this last year. But that needs a good bit of planning and writing down and note taking and lots of editing, and I really just need something that I can quickly download onto my computer, upload, or small edits, and then upload to YouTube, just because time is running out today. So that video is coming up. How homeschooling is working out is coming up. Even more Christmas ideas are coming up, and I'm trying to get some daily vlogs filmed so you can kind of see this time period for us. But all that stuff takes time, editing, and a good day. This topic, actually this video, I've been trying to figure out if I want to just make a video for, if I wanted to write a blog post for, how I really wanted to address this. And it just kept sitting so much on my heart this week. I felt like every day I was thinking about a different way that I could approach this. And then today, when I just didn't have the wherewithal to put anything up that I would like to get put up, I was just kind of nudged to make this video. And I want to put a disclaimer up because, actually, I kind of want to put a couple disclaimers. The first one is I am not going on here to say, look how great we are. I don't want any of that to come in this video. None of it. I think that there are some amazing people out there, and I have learned a lot from them. That is very hot tea that I just slipped. Ouch. That I have learned from, and so I'm taking these things and sharing with you as a way that says, look, we can do this. We have done it. We've been able to do it. You can too. It just does need some deliberation and preparation. And also as a way of saying, look, if somebody hadn't shared these thoughts or ideas with me, then I wouldn't be able to sit forth here and do that with you. I get very chattery when I'm nervous, so if you're like, okay, can you stay on topic, Shalise? This is why. And the other thing I wanted to address is in our last couple of videos, I've had a few people reach out and say, we would love to send you something. Is there an address we can send you something? And I am not at the point where I can have a P.O. box. I just don't have the financial means to do that right now. But I really want to address that I started these videos not as a way of saying, look at our family, look what we have to do, poor me, we're miserable. I didn't start this to do this at all. What I was really trying to do was give hope and encouragement to others out there that are really struggling. The kind of thing that I had wanted to find all those years ago when I had done this at the beginning. And that really is the purpose. It is not here to try to create a large following so that we can gain all of these things. And I have received some amazing and loving boxes from a few of you, and I thank you. They have really been a huge blessing. You know, the kind of things that just make you smile throughout the day, as like right now I'm wearing some socks that one subscriber had sent, and they're keeping my toes warm, and I'm drinking tea that she sent. And for breakfast we had some pancakes from some gluten-free flour that another subscriber had. And my kids are constantly asking me for snacks, and I can say, oh, I do have something that a subscriber sent me. So these little things are just really precious, and I thank you, but I'm not here to try to mooch off of all of you. So I do want to address that. It's never been my intention to make this to gain anything other than hopefully gain the comments that basically say, this has been very helpful, thank you, which I have received those. So I did want to put that out there. We're very grateful, and as you can see from all of the food videos, we're not starving, so we're doing okay. And I think I read a statistic yesterday that food poverty has gone up significantly this past year, just with COVID shutdowns and not many people getting the work that they need to provide for their families, on top of schools being closed, so the children aren't getting enough food. And that is actually how I'm going to open up this video. When we're in a difficult financial position, it's very easy to get stuck in, I want to pay this person's mortgage bill. I know that they're in a really bad place. I had to go get the door on that one. So unfortunately, I had an interruption. I can't remember exactly where I was going, but I know the gist of the story, or the gist of this video. It's very hard when you're in a very tight financial way to be able to do all the things that you want to do. And moving up here, it has been eye-opening to see the need that is out there and how well we really have it. Just because so I grew up in my hometown my whole life. I was there did I turn 32 this year? So I was 32 years there. I don't remember how old I am. I usually have kids around to let me know. I'm genuine in that. I think I'm 32, but I could be 33. I don't remember. I spent my entire life there, and yes, you have friends that come and go, but as a general rule, you kind of stick with friend of a friend or this or that. And coming up here and then starting from scratch and then just having a completely different graphic of friends, you see different poverty levels. So in my hometown, we had this one area of town that was like a low-income family or low-income town where unfortunately, like, you knew that's where the drug addicts were. That's where it was a rougher town. The police were over there every night because we lived... There was like a road that divided us. You know the wrong side of the tracks? Well, it was a road track. So there was that side, and then there was our side, and we got to see the police go over there nightly. So it was not the place that you wanted to live. It was like a last resort, and you had to be the income poverty to finally get there. But that was pretty much what I grew up with. And I knew people that lived over there, but they were like single, unmarried women with their children that just didn't have a place to go, so it wasn't really a safe place for them. All of that to say, and I know I'm blabbling, even in whatever financial circumstances you're in, like with ours, and you have seen our budget and you have seen what we do every month, you're never at a place where you can't help somebody else. And it might seem daunting. It might seem unrealistic, but there is always a way you can. You can make a large meal, and you can take some to them just saying, hey, look, I made enough for both of us and I wanted to bring one over tonight. And again, these are ideas I'm giving you that that we have done. And again, it's really hard to sit here and do this because I'm very much of the don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. And I'm having to sit down here and tell you because, you know, these are the kinds of things that I was reading about and I have learned, and they have helped me. So making a meal and then bringing it, there's a lot you could do. One time in helping out, this is one thing that I really like to do, and it's to help out the college students, the ones that are living on their own and you know are just barely making it every month, and the single moms and single dads. So single moms, single dads, elderly and fixed incomes, widows, everyone I have mentioned I have come across in my life. And these are so simple that you can do that can just really bless them. Some of the things that I have done is, hey, we're going to cut out $20 from our grocery budget this week and buy some gift cards, Walmart, grocery, gas, and we're just going to pop it in a card and pop it in the mail. And some months you can't even manage $20 a week, but I could manage $5. I could manage $5 a week for sure. And you just cut $5 from your grocery budget, $5 from buying gas, $5, even if it's just $1 here, $2 there, picking up $5, and then over the month you can end up with $20 to $25 to buy a gift card and pop it in a card and send it in the mail. These are things that even on a tight budget one can do. Now, if you get to the end of the month and you have $25 and your electric bill is $25 over, go back to just make another meal and just say, hey, I've got another one. You came to mind. You came to mind, and I would love to bring this over to you. Those are definitely some things that we can do. I like to coupon shop, so I do a lot of CVS couponing, and I can pick up extra toothbrushes and toothpaste and soap and shampoo for pennies. And it's very simple just to put a basket together, stick it on a doorstep, maybe with somebody that has multiple kids and just needs some TLC, and just putting it on there with maybe a bag of cookies or something and just leaving it. And it's amazing to me that all these things that we're like, oh, I just hope it blesses them, you hear about later on how incredible it was. It was the perfect timing. I'm always surprised at moments like that I think, oh, well, it's got to be better than nothing, right? And then months later I'll hear, that is exactly what I needed at that moment. And I have had those experiences as well. There was a book, I know many of you will be surprised at this, but there was a book I read, I was in my teens. It was by Robin Jones Gunn. And she did this series, and the one girl was from a wealthy family, but she left it all behind. Like, her dad wanted her to do a certain thing, live a certain way, and basically she ran away. She was an adult, but she ran away, and with whatever was left in her checking account, was able to put a deposit on an apartment and like the first month's rent, but she didn't know how she was going to live for the rest of it. She had a job, but barely, I think. She might not even have gotten a job yet. And there was just these moments when she would open the door and there would be a bag of food on the doorstep. And somebody mentioned, oh, you got the town Zorro. And what it was is there was this gal, you learn about her in the next book, But there was this gal that just took it upon herself to do things like that. She would randomly go to Walmart and say, I want to pay somebody's layaway bill. She would go and hear about somebody, about electricity that's going to get shut off, and she'd go over there and she'd pay it off. She heard about a new person that came to town and just thought, hey, you move, you don't have a lot of food, and she dropped some food off on the doorstep. And that story has always stayed with me. Those are the kinds of things that I take from books and I tuck away in my heart and I pull out when there's just a nudge that this is the time to use that. Like, the egg money and Glenn Miller's story and all of those things. There's little things we can learn all around us, and that's the purpose of this video, is just to try to find those little nuggets in different videos, in different movies, and different stories, and tuck those away and pull them out when it's time to bless somebody with them. Because knowledge just for knowledge's sake is pointless, worthless, but knowledge to help somebody, or I hate the term empowerment, I really hate it, but to not just help somebody, but to help us grow, even in a way, is worthwhile knowledge. And so that's what this video is about. Giving Tuesday has passed, but giving should happen all the time. Not just during the holiday season, not just during a lot of seasons. There was a gal here that I met when we first moved up here, and she talked about how her mom and the shame that her mom carried with being on food stamps, which is such a different perspective today. I mean, it's almost like we've got to get on food stamps because we'll make so much, but back in her day, it wasn't. It was, food stamps just helped them barely eke by. It was the difference between starvation and just enough. And a lot of times it wasn't enough. And this friend's birthday fell in December. And so she always wanted like a birthday cake, but because her mom was on food stamps, everything in December went for Christmas, and she never got her birthday cake. It's the kind of thing that you read about in books, but I have never actually met somebody in life that dealt with it, and this person did. And it was kind of an eye-opening of, wow, this really exists. And so I think about, yes, this we don't just want to give during the season, but at the same time, if we're going to give, maybe instead of giving to a charity, maybe we should start in our own communities. We should start in our own church, and we should start seeing how we can be a blessing to others. You have clothes that the kids have outgrown. Do you know of somebody in your community that can use them? Even posting them for free on like Facebook Marketplace has been eye-opening. I can't tell you how many grandparents come and say, I just like to have clothes when my grandkids are over. They just don't have a lot. There's little things we can do that helps make the world go round and helps bless others in our little world. And so these charities are great, but if we still have people that are barely eking by, barely getting anywhere, barely getting ahead, maybe this is where we can start. I wasn't sure I wanted to share this part in this video, but I think I'm going to because I think it's kind of relevant. I know it's about this time. And I'm telling you the story of the only time in my life that I have ever gone into credit card debt. And I'm going to try to keep this brief. I never had a credit card until I was about 25 years old. And I wasn't going to get a credit card. I was Dave Ramsey the whole way. And then I saw my friend with the table kind of start from scratch. I saw another friend who divorced her husband who was abusive and had to start from the beginning all over again. And she had nothing, and she was barely eking by. And that was also another friend that, when I would go to like the food banks and get a lot of food, I was like, hey, we have more here that we can use for the week. or not, but I knew that she would be able to use the stuff, and I'd be like, hey, come get some food. Let's share this with you. And she was also, I think, having her sister live with her at the time. So they had both of them working McDonald's jobs type thing, just trying to eke by. And this year, watching those two friends of mine, watching another woman lose her husband, like live the perfect Christian life, you know, what husband took care of everything. He was the man of the house. He's the only one with the job. He's the only one with the credit cards. All the bills were in his name. And her trying to just get something that, you know, she doesn't have a job, so she can't afford these mortgage payments anymore. They didn't have the best life insurance, or even if any. I don't even know if they had any, but I want to say they did. But anyway, all this to say, I watched those people start out with nothing and then have no credit card debt or have bad credit card debt and not be able to go anywhere. Especially the two friends, the one that lived with her sister. I don't remember the other friend, but the one that lived with her sister and the widow. They started with nothing and they couldn't get housing. They couldn't get anything because they didn't have a credit score to get this for them. My husband, when he first tried to buy the house, they couldn't give him, what is it when you need to get, they couldn't give him like the no mortgage company would loan to him is what it was. And so I got a credit card, and for 2-3 years, I paid that thing off every month. I used it for groceries and I paid it off at the month. But one year we were very financially just, one thing led to another, and it was after we had almost no money left in the bank. And so there was a financial decision I had to make, and I think it had to do with dental, because any bad thing that's happened has always been a financial dental thing. And I had a credit card payment that I wasn't going to be able to pay. And at that point, you know, I knew once we got past a couple of months and kind of built up things, I would be able to pay it. But for the next couple of months, I wasn't going to be able to pay it. And it was very hard. I was very frustrated. And it was the Christmas season. And so all of these moments of, oh, I'm trying so hard to make this work. It was easy just to say, I give up this month or this year. Whatever, I'm just going to go to Walmart and I'm going to get them whatever they want. Within reason, y'all. Within reason. You know me. You know that I'm not going to go overboard because that's just not how I am. But dad burn it, if my daughter wanted a bed set for her Christmas present, I was going to do that rather than try to piece together a knitted hat and scarf and whatever. I was going to go do that. My son wanted... See, I don't even remember. I don't remember what they had wanted, but I was just like, fine, whatever. We'll spend $200 on the credit card for Christmas presents this year. I don't care. Because at that moment, once I paid everything off, once I finally got the tax returns and everything that we were able just to get it all done and over with, that was the most eye-opening thing for me ever. Is that I went into credit card debt. There was really no other way to do it. What needed to happen. And it was easy for me to see at this moment how people that are trying so hard and working so hard and barely eking it and still end up with credit card debt just kind of have this, oh well, kind of attitude. And that's what I had really wanted to help later on. I wanted to help that person that was in my shoes of, I give up. I'm already there. I've already worked myself to the bone, and we still have credit card debt. And it was, again, easy if it was just one thing after another to see how people could get into severe credit card debt. And I wanted to help fight that. So as we go forward in this year and in the next, I think the next few years are going to be really interesting to see the fallout of this past year. Look around and see what you can do to help to help those in your own community? Is there somebody you've heard about that just needs a little push? Can you spare $100 or $200 and go down and pay their electric bill, gas bill, phone bill? And doing it knowing that we have been called to give, to help those, to encourage those, especially those in the faith within our church. I wonder what life would look like if we gave more in that way. So that's going to be it for this video. Like I said, carry this on my heart. Maybe it's not helpful to anyone out there. That's fine. But it's now off my chest, and I have to go make a meal because we're going to have company for dinner tonight. So thank you for humoring me and watching this video, and I will see you Monday because tomorrow is Sunday and I'm not going to post videos on Sunday. That's just something I've decided to do. So I'll see you Monday, and it'll be our Financial Monday video. So look forward to sharing that, and then hopefully this next week we'll have more content your way that you are going to enjoy. I can speak. That was a lot. It's a lot to carry. Alright, friends. Thank you for sharing a cup of tea with me.